Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while, and today we're going to look at attribute selectors, and we're going to learn how to use custom fields and attribute selectors to style a call to action section. So what we got here is a page. This is actually a post template, and here is some post content, and down here is my awesome and catchy call to action section. We're going to fancy this up just a little bit, but what's going to go on is we're going to change the way this section looks based on a custom field. So let's see what we got here. On the custom field down here, we have this select field called dynamic background, where we have a light, dark, or alert. So let's change this to light and go see what happens. So when you change it to the light theme, we've got dark text and bright red call to action buttons. Let's go to alert and see what that looks like. Refresh the page, and we've got a bright red background with white text, and we're going to see how all of this works. So normally I use MetaBox, and I still do use MetaBox, but I wanted to do one tutorial with ACF, Advanced Custom Fields. I'm not too familiar with it, so it gave me a chance to learn how it works a little bit. And for all the people watching that want to see some of this dynamic data with bricks with ACF, here you go. So let's go into the field group. I'm going to go to ACF, and then I have this dynamic background color field group. I'm going to click edit and check it out. So what we've got is a select field, and the select field is really nifty because you can just pick on when you edit the post, what you want. And what you need to know about these select fields is they allow values and labels. So you can have a value, which is the first part, and a label, which is what the user is going to see when they're interacting with the field. So this data bg color equals light equals dark equals alert, these are going to be the attributes placed on certain elements in the builder, and will reflect on the front end in the DOM where an attribute will go, and we can target this attribute with CSS to change our colors. So let's dive into the builder and see how this is set up. Inside my call to action section, I'm just going to look at the section right now. And if I go to my style tab and down to attributes, you'll see that I'm using dynamic data for this attribute. So let me delete that and show you how to add that by clicking the lightning bolt. And we're going to look for background, and right there, dynamic background, and click it. And all you need to do is add it to the name, because if you look at the field, we actually have the attribute that we want as the value. So you don't need to put a name and a value like background color equals red. You don't need to do that, because we're just going to control it all with this ACF field right here. So again, this is what's going to be on the front end, and this is what the user is going to see. And then we just map that where we need to inside the builder here on our attributes. So I've got it in a few places. I've got it on the section, and then I believe I have it on the text. Now, you don't have to put it there. You could target it with CSS selectors, like we could target the section and then this heading, so that you could write your CSS where your selector is the data attribute for the section, and then you use a button or a span or an H2, or you can just go add the attribute. It's up to you. So we're going to do it both ways. I'm going to show you how we can target things like a span or things like these buttons. Because if you go look at the button, there is no attribute on the buttons at all, but they still change colors when we change our field. So let's look at the front end really quickly. And refresh. let's see what we got here. We got the alert. It's very bright red. And let's go look at the DOM. So we have the attribute data BG color alert. So this is the data attribute, and we use data attributes with the prefix data dash. That's kind of just the semantically correct best practice. When you're using custom attributes, you use data dash and then BG color equals whatever our value is. Let's go change that to the light theme. Refresh the page and look at the DOM. So now we've got data BG color light. It's just that simple. What takes the longest is writing the CSS to make this happen. So let's go look at that. I think everybody understands what's happening with the data attributes. We can look at one more really quickly. On the H2 here, we have data BG color light on this heading, which is right here. And you'll see what's going on here in a second with the CSS, but we also have it here on this paragraph right here. We've got data BG color light right here. So that's how it works. Anywhere you want to put that, it's going to apply. Or if you wanted to target like these buttons down here, there is no attribute on the button. Again, we're just going to target that with CSS. All right, let's dive in, see how the CSS looks, because this is where the magic happens. So I've got the CSS in a code element right now. You could put it in your child theme. You could use WP Codebox. You could put it in any of these locations, but for this demonstration, we're just going to put it in our CSS, in our custom code block here. And here we go. This is the hard part. I'm using the root to define these variables here. So you put a :root, and that means that it's going to load up all of these variables that I've defined here on the front end, so that you can go and grab those variables with your CSS instead of like changing these. Like if you wanted to change this light color to something blue, you just change it here. So you don't need to come in and change it here or change it anywhere else we have light color. So this light color is kind of the gray, kind of boring, bland D3 gray. This dark color is that purple. The alert color is the red, and then I've got just plain white and all black here. So data BG color equals light. Look at the syntax really closely. Open bracket, data dash BG dash color equals light. And there's some literature about case sensitivity where you can kind of control if it's case sensitive or not. I'm not going to dive into that. I'm just making sure that my case sensitivity is how it's set up with the custom field. So it's all exactly like this. So that's the value here, and that's what we want to style. Okay, so with my light theme, it's going to apply these styles. So syntax is open bracket, data BG color equals light, close bracket, and then that's your selector. That's how we're targeting anything with that attribute. We're going to have a background color of light color, and the text or font color is going to be black. So if we want to test that real quick, we'll go edit the post, make sure this says light, refresh, and as we saw earlier in the DOM here, data BG color is light, which is going to give us these styles here. Background color is light, text color is black. And if I toggle this on and off here, you'll see that it's going to change from white or whatever. And that's how the CSS is controlling that. Same way with the text and then also the buttons. So let's go down and look at the next type, which is a button. Of course, we have our different themes here, like the dark is the dark color with a white text. The alert is the red color with a white text. But how are we targeting those buttons? So now we can say data-bg-color, which is on our section, and then say I want to target the button. So it's going to find this in the DOM, which is the section, and then any button inside that section. That's all the buttons. You could add a class and say dot fancy dash button and add that class to all your buttons so that you could have a little more control. But in this case, since there's not a lot going on, we're just going to target the buttons. Let's look at the DOM one more time. So find this with my data BG color light, and then find this. Tell it what to do. And what it's telling it is the alert color and the white color. And that's really all that's going on, which is really powerful. And I use it all the time because sometimes you'll have like a section where you have alternating, like you have a call to action section and then like a contact form or something right here. And you want it to maybe alternate colors so it breaks it up. So you got a white section, a dark section, maybe the next section's a white section or a lighter section. And all you need to do is go change your custom field on that post if for some reason you have like an odd number of sections where one of them just needs to change the color. I saw that Bricks components are coming out, and maybe that will help us solve some of that. But until then, this is a really solid way. If you're using any other type of builder or you're working with WordPress, this is a really great way to do that and have complete control. So let's look at this one and check out the span. So right now, I don't have a span, but if I did, we could change not only the color, but the font size. So we're targeting data-bg color and then finding anything with a span tag and changing that. So let's go down here and check out this rich text. And we're going to go into the rich text. This isn't simple text, this is rich text. And this is why it's a little more powerful, because when you click it, you can edit the HTML here. And so I'm going to add a span tag around this word catchy. Span. And here's the syntax, the open caret span close, open, and then the slash span. So that's how you do your tags, just like this. So if we were going to do span, open, span to close, just like that. And then whatever you put in here, text, it's going to output inside those tags. So now we can call, delete this, we can call anything in between these spans and edit how that word catchy looks. So it's not going to do it in the builder. It's only going to be on the front end, but let's see if I did it right. Pretty sure. Okay, so let's go check out the CSS. We know it's working. So the CSS for a span with the light theme has an alert color, which is the red, and then we make it really big, 5 rem. Let's do 7 rem, make it even bigger. And catchy gets really big. So you can target that span as well. So now let me change this back to 5 rem. So on our dark theme, the span is also going to be alert. But with our alert theme, the span is going to be black. So let's go check that out. Edit post. Let's go change to our alert theme. Hit update. Refresh. So now we've got a red background and our span on catchy is black. And really that's attribute selectors in a nutshell. You can use attributes with JavaScript if you needed to run some sort of JavaScript here. We can style with attribute selectors. It's a really powerful way to do it, and it makes it dynamic. So all you need to do is pop in, let's go to our section here, go to our attributes, and you just pop it in right like that. There are other ways you can get it in there, but I found this is the most straightforward and easy way to do it. So let's say you wanted to add a fourth color. What would we need to do to get that fourth color integrated into our kind of theme system here for this section? Let's see. So we'd go back to our field group. Let's go down and look at our select options, and we would just copy and paste, and we're going to call this crazy color. I don't know if it's going to be crazy. It's probably going to be boring, but you know, we'll give it a try. We'll see how crazy we can make it. And that's going to be our new item there. Let's refresh. And we should see crazy down here, and we do. It's now in our pick list, and we can select it. So if we update the post, what you're going to see is absolutely no styles here. We've got yellow bricks buttons, no color on our section, no color on our span. That's because there are no styles set up for this new crazy color. So let's jump into the builder and go edit some of our CSS. So first thing we need to do is we need to add our new double dash crazy dash color. And what color do we want that to be? I don't know. I was kind of looking at this aqua color. It's kind of, you know, green aqua color. So let's copy that. Go to our CSS and paste that hex value there. So now we've got this new crazy color. So we need to make a bunch of changes. If we want our buttons, we need to add styles for our crazy theme on our buttons. We need to add crazy theme for our spans, but let's just see if we can get this working on this section. Let's not go crazy. Let's not go crazy here. So I'm going to copy this selector, which is on our section, this attribute selector. Let's change it to crazy. So our background color is going to be, let's do the background black. Because, I mean, if you were to make that section that green color, it's going to be hard to read. We can play with it, but let's make it black color for now, and then the text color is going to be crazy color. Uh-oh, I made a big mistake. Control Z, Control Z. So I put that on my button. Whoops. Don't do what I did. Make sure you add it right, because we would have broken our buttons there. Man, Bricks has come a long way with Control Z. This is 1.9.2. Used to, that would not have worked. I would have had to stop recording, delete a bunch of stuff, and then fix it. But I was able to Control Z out of that one. Okay, so on our crazy attribute selector, we've got a black color for the background and a crazy color for the text. And let's hit save. And cross your fingers that this worked. Okay. So we've got black and we've got this kind of aqua color there. If we wanted to just kind of swap those around, see if it's going to blind our eyes, we're going to have black text with our kind of green background. Okay. I mean, it doesn't look terrible. Let's make those buttons red. I think that would look the best. So let's go to our buttons and Copy the last one, which is our alert on our button, and paste it. And you got to make sure you're getting your button styles. Update our crazy tag there, and our background color is going to be alert, which is red, and the text is going to be, I don't know, crazy. Probably look better with white, but oh well. So our button should change. Yeah, it looked better with white. Looks bad. White color. And this is why variables are really powerful. Like you don't need to remember all those hex colors, just white, alert, black, crazy, whatever you want. This should look okay with white. Not bad. Now, last step is to do our span. I'm guessing we should make it this red color. So let's go down to our last item here, which is span, and copy paste, change to crazy, and the text is going to be alert. And you can kind of get confused, like, why did you put alert color, John? Well, this is just the name of this theme or this style, the crazy style. So you got to play with it to get it how you want. And we'll do this at 7 rem, so it's really nice and big. And there we go. So that's attribute selectors. They're really powerful. You can do whatever you want. Maybe it's not a holiday and you want to go back to your just normal old colors. There you go. We got our kind of plain Jane call to action section here. That's it for this tutorial. Let's run over the steps one more time. If you've made it this far, you want to look at these steps. Create your field group. Create your field. I like to use a select field, and then make sure your value is the attribute. That's what we're going to add to the front end. Then you can go and tell it under the settings here where we want. I'm not really great with ACF, but I think in our fields you tell it you want it on your posts or wherever you want it. Yeah, it's under settings, right? Location rules. So equal to post, make sure it's on your posts or post type or wherever you want it. In the builder, wherever you want to place your attribute, you go and you call that custom field in the part here. And that's going to apply that on the front end on that section. And there is our data attribute, which is powered by ACF. And that's how it all works. We've done plenty of CSS work here. You just need to make sure that you get your variables. You don't have to use variables. You could hard code those in, but this makes it where you can just change them right there. And then for each different thing that we wanted our buttons, we wanted our spans, and then we just want our plain attribute selector. So if this type of content is what you're looking for, this is what you can expect on this channel. We dive into third-party tools. Some of my favorite third-party tools are Advanced Themer and BricsForge and ACSS, all really great tools. That's pretty much my go-to stack. I explore different things with all of those tools. Advanced Themer, man, has come a long way. BricsForge too, come a long way. Super cool tools. A lot of what you see here is Advanced Themer. And I haven't done a BricsForge tutorial in a while, but I'm going to do some more because version 2 is coming out, and man, is it powerful. And the new nestable forms, just really blowing my mind with that tool. So we'll look at some of that stuff. As always, a like and subscribe helps me keep pushing this channel, and I'd appreciate it if you would follow me, because I learn myself when I do this, and I like teaching everybody out there. So if you have any questions, drop them down in the comments. Shoot me a note on Facebook. whatever you want to do. And hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.